Hello and welcome in.
Please do not leave your luggage unattended on the station.
Welcome to the show. Jackson and Jake Plummer. You guys saw us on the Cold Tub Monday. Now it's Wednesday. Now we're talking about the things we didn't do well in the game, and we're gonna try to break down some of those things like we did in the league. You gotta have thick skin, right, Jake?
Yeah, and it's a chance to work out the kinks, not only physically, but also work on the mistakes. No one's gonna come out and praise you for your great throws. We're just gonna look at the things you can improve upon. Hopefully going forward for the rest of the season, you do the run, you walk through it, it gets into the brain.
That's right. Every day we're trying to get better, work on the things we didn't do well. We're going to talk about a couple of the plays that happened in the game, and maybe you guys can see how it's done at that level. Come join us. All right, so the first play we want to talk about was in the fourth quarter, about 6 minutes left in the quarter, and Bo Nix, he lost his mechanics on a play. He did a little bit of a play action and went to throw a ball to Troy Franklin, and he kind of didn't have as much pressure as he thought. He kind of jumped and threw it like that.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that from a quarterback's perspective?
Yeah, well, there's one thing, it's integrity in the pocket is one thing, and the greats did it the best. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. Subtle movements until you become a runner, but we're still seeing Bo's natural instinct is to run. So when he set up, he set up and he felt pressure, even though it was a couple yards away. He still wanted to take off, and then he saw Franklin, and he didn't set his feet, and he tried to throw it, and it was behind him. Maybe it was a bad route. I'm not blaming Bo for all of this, but I just know from experience, you start to get that back foot planted and make the throw, you might get hit. That's part of playing quarterback. You talk about my jersey's clean all the time, but in the game, that's why how we display courage is we take that hit, make that throw, continue the drive. So he's working on that this week, and he's probably doing a lot of guys coming at him, and he's got to move, reset, and get that back foot down and make a throw.
Yeah, because that on that play, Troy Franklin's coming this way, and Bo ends up rolling that way and trying to throw across his body real quick. And a lot of it is on the receiver and his feel for his own as well. We don't know what they're being taught on that route. Should Troy have sat down more and give him a friendlier target? He was kind of running through. So we don't know what the play call was, what they're being taught, but you can glean something from just seeing his mechanics on that play.
Yeah, and that's something Bo's going to work on all year. We saw it last year. He started to get a little flighty because his instinct is to take off, and I love that. We all love that. In this league, you better have that ability and that talent. But it's just a slight reset, get that back foot down, and deliver a throw that then now gives Franklin a chance to make that play.
And so
easy to fix.
Yeah, how do you approach talking to Bo about that? Wanting to allow him to be an athlete?
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
He knows. As soon as he did it, he knew what he did.
Right.
That's why he was shaking his head.
Right.
Maybe it was a bad route and he was a little bummed there, but he knew right away, God, I got to get set. I got to get set. You come off, then your coach tells you, then your QB coach tells you, and you're like, yeah, I knew when I let the ball go. Don't be redundant. So that's what I hope Bo does. Don't be redundant. Now he's got to go practice it himself, mentally lock it in, set my foot. I'm dangerous when I set my feet.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to another play because there are hidden yardage. There are hidden yards on a football field.
Yes.
And a lot of times a receiver will catch a ball, let's say a hitch or something, and start running around like.
Yeah.
And then get tackled for a 3-yard loss.
Yes.
Instead of.
Or maybe he got a 4-yard gain, but instead of it being an 8-yard gain or 7-yard gain, now it's just a 4-yard gain.
And this is how it can be an 8-yard gain.
Go north, go north.
And that's a first down.
Oh, Nate went north. Good job, Nate.
Out of the frame, but I got a first down.
Yes.
So Rod Smith was the best at doing that,
He got probably, I don't know how many extra yards in his career by catching and splitting 2 receivers and just diving it forward 2 yards.
Yeah.
Just 2.
And so Cortland Sutton did that in the game, ended up picking up a crucial first down, and they scored on the next play, right?
Yeah, well, it was 2nd and 9.
Yeah.
So, hey, great. But if he hadn't done that, say he bounces, tries to do something, first you're risking getting a fumble, but also now it's 3rd and 3. That big play sheet Peyton has, 3rd and 3 is different than 1st and goal, 1st and 10.
Right.
Dobbins took it for a touchdown. So gives you a chance to open the whole playbook up with a catch, turn north, first down, not a 3rd and 2, not a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3, first downs.
And sometimes when people talk about these big game-changing plays, they don't take into account the smaller plays that preceded it that allowed the drive to keep going.
That set it up, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
every play is equally as important.
Yeah, I mean, they're weaving a story the whole game. And you can go back and look at the glaring moments and point fingers and talk about picks and fumbles, blah, blah, blah. Well, everybody can do that.
Yeah.
It's seeing the little things that make a difference. And I believe I saw out of Cortland Sutton, what I really wanted to see this year was like that desire to do things how a number one should do them. And that's consistently all the time. Blocking, catching, getting that 3 extra yards. Now it's a first down. Now it's easy on me. I'm like, oh, first down, we're probably gonna run it.
Yeah.
Dobbins, touchdown.
Yeah. So if you're the quarterback out there, you know what you got in Cortland Sutton. Are you looking at him no matter what on every play type of thing? Like who else do you have faith in right now? When these, the moments are big and you need a catch, do you feel comfortable going to an unproven guy, or are you always gonna go to the guy you know?
Yeah, I mean, Rod was a comfort, like a blanket, a warm blanket, man. He knew he was going to be there. If he was number one, he was going to give me a target.
Yeah.
Unless he's going against the best in the league. Now, the guys beneath him, you got to give them chances too.
Yeah.
Knowing that with Cortland being the focus, hey, let's see what these other guys can do. And teams will shut down the number one to see what number 2, number 3 can do. We've got some talent at those positions, definitely. And we're seeing Bo throw it all the way across the board, not just targeting Cortland all the time. And you have to have that. You got to have multiple weapons.
Well, you talk about the story that's being told throughout a game, through the play calling, through the execution, through both sides of the ball, and the story that the Broncos offense had told thus far up until the last minute of the game was inconsistent, lacking a little execution, and an imbalance. Yeah, they ran the ball a lot in the second half, but in the first half they were throwing it. And Bo maybe, like you said, was feeling a little skittish and maybe not in his best form in the first game of the season. Then that brought up 4th and 8, Jake, and it would have been like a 55-yard field goal, which Will Lutz, I think, can make pretty easily in that mile-high air. That's
55 is probably I don't know what the data says.
we're going to have to.
It may curve down as far as percentages.
That's true. Or they could have punted the ball, but they also trusted their defense because their defense was balling, and Sean Payton had a play.
He knew they were bringing the house.
They cover zero.
You sack, you get the ball. You even just incomplete, you get the ball. Whatever it is,
right.
They brought everything.
Yeah, and cover zero means there's no safety help. There's no one back.
Yeah.
They're bringing everyone except the guys that are in man coverage. He got the coverage he thought. There was a crossing route between Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton. Bo got a little pressure, faded out a little bit, and tried to hit Marvin Mims. It was an incomplete pass. Tell me what you saw on that.
Well, it's cover zero, so as a quarterback, you're going, oh no, there's one extra guy that's unblocked.
Yeah.
Where's he coming from? I don't know. It's all these bodies. So there's a play action. He sets up and he feels that they're coming. He can't hold it long, because then if you get sacked, you're giving them an extra 10 yards onto their line of scrimmage. So he has to drift and kind of take a shot early.
Yeah.
As you saw, he threw it early.
Yeah.
And at that point, when you get that pressure, you're going to say, okay, I got to give him a chance. Give him a catchable ball. Now, we'll all see Cortland wide open over here on the left. Why didn't he throw it there? Well, there's a lot of reasons. Maybe he was told to go to Mims. Or he might have seen the pressure and his eyes went here. He didn't have a clear vision of Cortland. All he saw from the get-go was his guy riding it. So, good job by Bo. He gave him a chance. He threw it up into the air. Mims tried to get there. Mims maybe went too high. If you keep your guy here and I throw it flat, now you separate and go there. But he did try to make, the perfect throw on the perfect gamble play when really you just need to get it out there. Incomplete is the worst thing.
Yeah.
But PI, give him a chance. And that was the one thing I think, Bo will go back and know, like, okay, I got to trust. You said it.
Yeah.
I got to trust Mims.
Yeah.
I don't have to lead him perfect. Maybe I underthrow it, but he fights back, gets a PI, or he gets the ball. Now we go, oh, wow, Cortland's good. Wow, Mims is starting to go get the ball. So you got to give those guys a chance to establish that trust and the playmaking ability.
So when you're a quarterback in that situation, how does that make you feel that your coach puts it in your hands and he's like, let's go ice this?
Nervous as hell, but ready to go make a play. That's the, if you do that, game over. If we get this done, it's pretty much game over.
Yeah.
So Yeah, that's a definite confidence boost. Good point on that. That Peyton has the belief in Bo's decision making to not turn that into a bad play. Even an interception would have been better than an incompletion.
Like
that's why I say, like, in those situations, it doesn't have to be perfect. Get it out. It's one-on-one, one-on-one.
Don't do this and then have them pick it up. Right?
Whoever you choose, give that dude a chance to prove you right. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was a gutsy, great call. I mean, we're going to see that more and more. And everyone's out here that's like complaining, hey, you don't have that play sheet. It's Peyton's game. He's calling what he wants.
Yeah. And so to me, best case scenario, you got the win, but you got some stuff that you can clean up.
Definitely.
And that you can work on.
To clean up.
And so you're not like, smelling yourself. You got to get back to work, but you got the win. And now you're going into hostile territory in Indianapolis. It's going to be loud.
Yes.
We played there in Indy before against some different teams. But what's that crowd noise like?
It sucks.
Yeah.
Your communication goes to nothing. You can't communicate with anybody, and that's where, we may see them struggle a little bit, but hopefully they're whittling down a playbook would be nice when you go on the road like this, because communication is a big issue, as we talked about in the cold tub about Indy and having a huge game plan first game of the year, and it was just like loud and that sucks. I mean, but also, here's the weird thing about coaches. They all come from the same DNA, right? It's a test. We're just going to test you.
Yeah.
We're putting in everything this week against Indy to test you.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Give me what I need to win. I want to go out there and succeed, look good, lead my guys, and come out of Indy with a big W, because that's going to be a big win if they get it. It's going to be hard.
Yeah. And so crowd noise, snap count is an issue, and keep it simple, right?
Yes.
All right. Hey, that was a fun walkthrough.
Is that it? We're done?
That's it. Oh, hit me.
No, you walk. Woo!
Got to celebrate with your teammates, right?
I don't do that bullshit.